Mornings up early, caffeine's a call. Ralph with tech news ready for all. Coding workouts getting us toned. By sunrise we'll be in the zone. Grab your Java, sip the brew. Headlines, tech tips just for you. Editing lines, making it tight. With every keystroke we see the light. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Push those reps in lines of code. Script the future fast and bold. From headlines deep to bites so bright, we're your guide to morning mics. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Coding flows, camaraderie grows. News unfolds and insight flows. Minute by minute, heartbeats pace. Come join us at the daily race. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Mornings are better with our grind. Tech coach Ralph, you'll never lag behind. Mornings are better with our grind. Coffee and CAA, wake up the day. Stretch your mind in the geeky way. Mornings are better with our grind.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Hopefully everyone is doing well. I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are engineered to win. This is the Coffee and Kata Morning Show. If you do not know, kata is a word for practice, and I believe it's in Japanese. It is a martial arts term for getting your reps in, practicing to get better. So we do coffee and kata in the morning. I have my cup of coffee right here, and we are going to get to work today. We are as we are going through learning AIs and large language models. We have been working on creating our content creation assistant for the past few weeks, intertwining with other things for large language models. But today we're going to take a small step back from that. We're going to be getting into looking at the actual project that is part of this course, but you're going to see that a lot of the things that we're going to be working on for this next project, we've kind of already done it as we worked on our content creation workflow, all of that good stuff. All right, but that is the plan for today. Like I said, I'm Tech Coach Ralph. We're engineering to win. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Wednesday, March 12th. We're almost halfway through March of 2025. March 12th, 2025. Let's get it. Let's get it. Quick announcements. Today at noon, we're going to be premiering our video on NetDiscover. We were using NetDiscover last week, and it tragically cut off our internet connection, dropped off our Twitch stream and our X stream, but somehow our YouTube stream survived. We were able to connect back and finish the show. and I was able to replicate it, recording this video locally. How my internet connection dropped, so I created a video. We're gonna be using NetDiscover and investigating it, see what happened, all that good stuff. That's gonna be premiering at noon today. Tomorrow night we're gonna be going live. Tomorrow night for more ethical hacking. We're going to be continuing on scanning, exploring some tools and stuff like that, all of that good stuff. So you definitely want to tune in. That's why I asked you to, if you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know every time we go live and drop new content. As well, go to techcoachdrop.dev if you want access to additional exclusive content, if you need one-on-one coaching in the tech space, in career, how to navigate your career, resume assistance, interview preparation, all of that good thing, all that good stuff. If you're looking to build some experience, you can join the coaching group and work with us on different projects that we're working on. We're currently working on a project for to help you prepare for interviews. We're integrating AI and stuff like that. We just started off on this new project, and I have one of my tech barbarians actually leading the design and development of the project. So many different opportunities for you to grow and learn into this space if you are actually serious about the thing that you say. All right. So that is techcoachdrop.dev if you want to join along. All right. Let me see what we got in the chat before we actually get started with the show. We have the one, the only, my top moderator, Roxy. See, oh, it never fails. You know what? I actually wrote these people about this yesterday because this is getting out of control. Every single time I start a new show, this thing has to happen, messing up. So this is so unprofessional. So I wrote them yesterday. I'm gonna see what they say, but I sent them clips from the live stream. But like I said, the one, the only top moderator herself, Roxy, says good morning, TechCoach, and everyone, good morning to you as well, Roxy. Hopefully you had an amazing night, and hopefully you're going to have an amazing day. All right, but with that being said, let's just jump right into the show. Let me start a timer. Let me start. You see, you guys be trying to get me a little bit extra time. Nope, we can't do it. We have to stick to schedule. We had a great show last night on Tech Q&A. A lot of amazing questions, a lot of amazing interaction with the chat. Shout out to my guy Magnetar, as always. We had a great conversation, and like I said, I love the disagreement and debate because just different perspectives, different backgrounds. I'm from the private sector, he's from the public sector, and we just share our thoughts. But at the end of the day, it is always love and appreciation, because the channel would not be what it is without every last one of you guys. All right. So with that being said, let's jump into the show. Let's get started. Let me go over to, I didn't really check out these scenes today, so we'll see what happens. Right, but we're gonna go over to Jupyter Notebooks, and we're gonna look into what is our next project that's part of the course. The content creation workflow was not part of the course, but it's something that I really needed, and I use it every single day. So that was a great first use of learning our large language models and our AI stuff. Integrating with Gemini, we just integrated with Perplexity on Monday. Which Perplexity, we're going to be using that for like our current events. Like, so let's say we have some type of, we review something on Saturday, whether it's related to politics or the economy and stuff like that. And we're going to be and we need to get a generated description for that. Then I'll probably use Perplexity to generate that description. Or if we have a clip from, whether it's something happening in Congress or the White House, maybe President Trump has a meeting with somebody, we have to review it. That description is going to come from Perplexity, because Perplexity has like pretty much the latest and greatest current events information. While if it's like a generalized topic, we'll probably use OpenAI or Gemini, because those are a lot cheaper, although they're a lot less recent. They might have some models that are up to date, but Perplexity seems to be on point on that. And Perplexity integrated right in, like, uses the OpenAI library to do all this stuff, so it's really cool. So we have very different options. I was looking a little ahead into the course, and actually what we did, our integration with Perplexity, with Claude, Anthropic, with Gemini, with OpenAI, that is actually what's coming next in the class. So we kind of jumped the gun, so we're in a really good spot. All right, but with that being said, let's jump over to this screen over here. And let's get to it. There's something back there. Let me see. What is that? Let me see. What we have over here. Okay. All right, perfect. So we have our Jupyter notebooks open, and make that a little bit smaller. All right, perfect. So we are right now inside of our content creation workflow, but we need to go up one level. And we are actually, believe it or not, although we're on week 1, we are on day 5. We did the project for day 1. We did the project for day 2. I think day 1 was the web page summarizer. Day 2, what was day 2? I don't remember what day 2 was. Day 2 day 2 was working on Olama. So now we're on day 5. Day 4, I'm going to create, so for the content of day 4, I'm going to create a presentation that's going to be premiering on a Wednesday. We're going to be talking about like the different details of AI, talking about tokens and the cost and the models and all that type of stuff. So that's going to be a premiere. Not much to stream about in that aspect. I don't want to just like streaming talking about it. I'd rather use the streaming time to actually run code, work on different projects and stuff like that. All right. So with that being said, let's read. So there's a couple of components of day 5, right? So part of day 5 is a actual business implementation of like a brochure, but that code is mostly done. What day 5 is like, so there's 2 parts. We're gonna go through that. We're gonna go through that code. We're gonna get a better understanding of it. But there's not much for us to do for this brochure for a company thing. But we want to understand it. But then the actual project that's part of day 5 is to create an AI tutor. And that one, there's not like, we're going to have to do the whole thing for that. So that's going to be pretty interesting based on all the things that we've learned and all the things that we can research and use Google to figure out. We're going to build that AI tutor. But before we get into the AI tutor, we're going to go through this full business solution thing for creating a brochure, which is mostly done, but we're going to get a better understanding of it. All right. So with that being said, let's just jump into reading this. Let me close that out. And it says, all right, so a full business solution. Now we will take our project from day 1 to the next level. The project from day 1 was the web page summarizer. And it says, business challenge: create a product that builds a brochure for a company to be used for prospective clients, investors, and potential recruits. We will be provided a company name and their primary website. See the end of the notebook for examples of real world business applications. So we have plenty of business websites that we can look for. All right. So, all right. Yeah, we don't need that. All right. So the first thing that we would have to do is all these imports. So what we're going to do, we're going to read through these different imports, and I'll explain to you what each import does in case you missed earlier shows or you're not familiar with this. So, and I'm not even sure what this typing one is, but okay, I guess typing is to generate the list, right? So OS, OS is for like the operating system, where that's going to be used to load our environment variables. The request is what's going to be used to make API calls. So getting the website if you needed to do a post. So the request library is used for API calls. JSON is to be able to parse JSON and format as JSON. Typing import list, so that's to actually create a list object or whatever we would call it, from .env, load.env. That is to actually load the .env file that is in the folder. From BS4, import beautiful soup. That is beautiful soup that's going to be scraping the website of content. And from IPython display, import markdown display, update display. That is to be able to render in markdown. And then OpenAI, import from OpenAI, import OpenAI. That is to get the OpenAI library or package in order for us to be able to make our calls. Right. So the first thing that we're going to do, we are going to run this cell, right? And everything goes through. So now, and what I'm going to do for today, at least, we're going to go through the code that's provided to us, and I'm going to read it, and I'm going to explain it to you to the best of my ability, breaking it down so you can have understanding of what we're saying. All right. So load.env override true. So that is saying load the .env file, the environment variable. API key equals os.get environment, and then it's going to be looking for OpenAI API key. That is in our .env file. And it says if the API key and the API key path starts with sk-proj- and the length of the API key is greater than 10, then print the API key looks good. If it is not, so when he says this else, that's pretty much saying if the API key does not start with so if the API key doesn't exist and the API key doesn't start with sk-proj- and the length is less than 10 or greater than 10, then if it's not, it doesn't meet all those criterias, then to print, there might be a problem with your API key. Please visit the troubleshooting notebook. All right. And now it's also saying the model that it wants to use is GPT 4.0 mini, and to OpenAI equals OpenAI. So when we use the variable OpenAI, it'll be like we were typing this in every single time. All right. So let's go ahead and run this on the Mac. I'm going to do Command Enter. I could click over here, but I'm going to do Command Enter because it helps me go faster by using keyboard shortcuts. All right. So Command Enter, and this is our API key. Looks good. All right. So now we come over to here. And it is saying that some websites you need to use proper headers for when fetching them. So this is saying the header setting the user agent for Mozilla 5.0, Apple WebKit, all of that, right? So basically what the user agent is, it is an identifier of what browser that you're using. So you could be using a, let's say you're using a Chrome on a iPhone. It would be saying, all right, this is coming from Chrome on an iPhone. If you're using on a Windows, what do you call it, Microsoft Edge, it would give you something that's related to letting the person know, letting the user agent would be set to Edge, right? So we're setting the user agent because some websites require that you're using an actual browser to know how to render. Okay, so next up it says class website, a utility class to represent a website that we have scraped now with links. And reading through the code, it says for the init function, which is the initialization of the website class. So basically, if you have not taken the 100 Days of Python with Angela Yu or another type of Python course, you might not be too familiar with the way classes work. But when you have a class in Python, it would require an initialization function where you're basically getting all the setup. So it could just be self with nothing in there, but when you do have something in there, those are like how it gets that class started. So it's saying self, and you would be passing in the parameter to the class of website with a URL, and it's saying self.url equals the URL that you're passing in. So for example, you'd be passing in techodrop.dev, right? And then it says response. So now it says response equals request.get. Get is an API method to retrieve data, right? So get, and then it's saying pass in the URL that we passed in here, which would be techodrop.dev with the headers of this header right here. So it's saying like make a API request to the techodrop.dev and pass in the headers of an iPhone, for example, right? And now it's saying self.body equals the response, which we set here, dot content, which is what it got returned, the content that got returned, right? So what we'll do, we'll add some print statements in here so you can get a better understanding of what's happening. All right. Here it says soup equals beautiful soup, and it's passing in the body that of the content response, and then it's saying parse it via HTML parser. Here it's saying the title of the title to set is soup.title if soup.title, if it exists, set it's a title, or else say no title found. And for the body, strip it of like script tags, style tags, image tags, input tags, so that we can only have the necessary text. And says if soup.body do this, else self.text, and then now it's saying get the links that are on the page. So links.get href for link in soup, find all anchor tags, and then say self.links, and then make a loop for all the links that are in link, right? So he's going to make a list, and you're adding that to a list, right? So here's what I want to do, just so we can get a better understanding of this. I am going to put a couple of print statements in here, so just so we can see what's going on, right? So I'm gonna say first off, I'm gonna say, I'll start off with here, right? So print. So let's say here I'm gonna go with f string. I'm gonna say URL, and I'll say here, and I'll say self.url. All right. So that way we're going to be printing the, I'm going to put inputted URL. All right. Good morning, Nightjade. How are you doing this morning? Always a pleasure to see you. All right. So here, I'm just adding these print statements just so it can make a little bit more sense, because I just explained a lot, but honestly, those are just words at the end of the day. It's better for you to see actually what's going on. So before I even add too many print statements, right? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go and comment this out. I just want you to see when I run this right here. So it's saying Ed, and it's saying so this is his website, but I'm gonna change the website. I'm gonna change it. Let me change this website to TCR equals website, and we're gonna go here and say HTTPS and techcoachralph.dev. So the first thing, and we'll do tcr.links, right? Just as it had before. And we're going to run this. Because I think we need to run this. All right, so now I'm going to run this one, and you will see all the things that, so you'll see this, right? So it's printing out the links that are part of it, but and that's this part right here, right? But I want to print some stuff in here so that you can see all the details of what I'm passing through, right? So let's start off with this print statement, and we're just gonna do it a few times, right? So let's go here first. Why did that print not show up? Let's see. Why did that not show up? It says print input. That should have. Oh, did I? Because I didn't submit that yet. All right. So now when I go back over here, so you see the inputted URL, right? So, and the reason I'm doing this print, I want you to actually see all the things that's happening, right? So when I put this inputted URL and I pass in the URL here, it's going to print out this inputted URL on this line, right? Next up, I want to see what's inside of the. I want to see what's the. I want to do print and then response dot content, and it's probably going to be a lot of messiness in there, so I'm just going to show it just for a second, and then we're going to get rid of it. All right, so I'm going to go, before I do that, let's go with f string colon and let's say response content. All right, so let's do that real quick, and we'll see what this gives us. All right, so it gives us all the HTML that is part of the page. We don't need all of that, all right? So I guess I'll comment it out for now. But what we would want to see is so let's print out the title, right? Print title, self.title. We got that. And I also want to print the body, and we'll say self.body, right? So let's print all these different components so that just so that we can see everything that's actually happening in here. So we have our inputted URL, we have our title, and then so this is still the body. Let's change this. So let's change this to actual text, right? Because it's saying the text is going to be body.getText separated by /ns. So we're going to say, instead of body here, we're going to say page text. Enter that one. Enter that one. We scroll down. This is all that we have. I'm going to change the website just because it has that's not really the best website to use. So I'm going to use the other website. So techcoachingwithralph.com. Enter that. And we have better information over there. All right. So perfect. This is, and now we have all the links on this page as well. Okay. So cool. So now that we can see all the stuff that we're printing out, I'm going to comment them out again because we really don't need those things, to be honest with you. This is just verifying that things actually worked as expected. And just so I can explain it better to you as well, what's happening. All right, so I'm going to do that one more time. So now did I not? Yep, I keep forgetting to run this one. So we're here. We go here, we should just get the links, right? These are all the links that are on the page. Okay, so that is that section. All right, so now it says first step, have GPT-4o Mini figure out which links are relevant. Use a call to GPT-4o Mini to read the links on the web page and respond in a structured JSON. It should decide which links are relevant and replace relative links such as /about with the full website. We'll be using one-shot prompting, which we provide an example of how it should respond in the prompt. It's an excellent use case for a large language model because it requires nuanced understanding. Imagine trying to code without large language models by parsing and analyzing the web page. It would be very, very hard. It would be. So on a side note, there's a more advanced technique called structured outputs in which we require the model to respond according to a spec. We'll cover this technique in week 8 during our autonomous agentic AI project. So that's going to be a while away. Okay. So let's read the prompt that they have set up. It says you are provided with a list of links found on a web page. You are able to decide which of the links would it be the most relevant to include in a brochure about the company, such as the links to the About Us page or the company page or career pages. It says link system prompt use. And when you see this plus or minus or this plus equal, it's just saying add that onto the previous one, right? So link system prompt, then it's saying add this to the link system prompt. You should respond in JSON as in the example. And then it's saying also add this link system prompt to it where it says, so it's doing it in a JSON format, a dictionary right here. So it's saying the links, and the links have a list of the type, which is the About Us page, and the URL to the About Us page, type career page, and a link to the career page, right? So that's what this one is doing. So let's go ahead and run this one. And now we're going to just print the system prompt, right? So it shouldn't be one of each. It should just be one pretty much big paragraph type thing that's saying this is our system prompt. All right, so let's go ahead and print that out. And there we go. We have our everything that needs to be done. All right, with an example. So here it says get links user prompt. So it says so we're going to pass in the website that we want to get it for. And it says the user prompt is here are the list of links on the website of, and then it's going to say website.the URL that we're using, which is going to be techcoachingwithralph.com. And it says user prompt. So now add to this user prompt. Please decide which of these are relevant web links for a brochure about the company. Respond with respond with what? With the full HTTPS URL in the JSON format. Do not include terms of services, privacy, and email links. And then it says add to that links. Some might be relative links, so it's letting them know. And then after all is said and done, it's saying to join website.links and then return the user prompt. All right. So what we're going to do here, instead of, we're going to say TCR, right? So we're saying print get links user prompt. So it should show us the relevant list of links on our website. All right. So let's take a look at that. And of course, we need to run this one. And then we run this one. So it says, here's a list of links on the website of Tech Coaching with Ralph. Please decide which of these are relevant web links for a brochure about the company. Respond with a full JSON format. Do not include terms of services, privacy, and email links. And based on the function that is collecting the links, it is telling us all the relevant links, or all the links that it found on the page, right, before it actually submits it to OpenAI. Okay. Here we are going to get the links, and we're gonna pass in the URL of what to get the links from. And it's inside of this function over here. Inside of this function over here, it is going to pass in like the website, so the URL that we're going to use, and then it's going to say, all right, link system prompt and get links for the user prompt that we have over here. This one over here. And it is going to respond format is going to be a JSON object, right? So response, use OpenAI package, chat completion create, and then respond with, so then the results are going to be response choices 0 message dot content. That's where we'll find the response from OpenAI, right? So let's go ahead and run this one. And over here, so we're not going to use Anthropic or Hugging Face for now. We're just going to use our, so it's saying, let me do another one of these. Because I don't want to use Hugging Face yet. We never looked at it. So let's stick with let's stick with ours, right? So let's say TCR website equals website. And we're going to say HTTP. And we're going to say techcoachingwithralph.com. And we're going to say, I think we need to run a couple of things real quick. Let's run this one. And we're going to skip over this one. And we're going to run this one right here. Actually, I'm going to do TCR website dot links. Let me check the chat while we're at it. So, like I said a little bit earlier, we have the one, the only Nightjade in the building. Good morning, Nightjade. Always a pleasure to have you here. We have my guy, my bestie in the whole wide world.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
We got my guy Mitch in the building. Says it just gets to a point where he just has to say, you know what? You are the man. Right back at you, bestie. And then we have we have the nourishing word himself in the building, Mr. Rod Brown. Rod with 1D, not 2Ds. What's up, Rod Brown? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing today? All right, let's take a look at our results. So we have, so it's telling us, so these are the links. Let's see. So these are all the links on the website. So using this one right here, TCR. Okay, so this is the old one. So okay, so we need to run this get links one, right? So this is like running the first one. No difference here. So once we get over to this one, so get underscore links should make the call to. So that one should make the call to OpenAI, right? So let's go to tech coaching with Ralph.com. Let's run that one. Now it's reaching out to AI, and there we have it. So the relevant links that it says that it found determined was the about page, the services page, the contacts page, the interview prep page, the technical coaching service, and the technical skill development service. So these are the pages that I found relevant to my website. All right, which seems about accurate. It seems about accurate because those are like basically the top navigation pages. So that looks good. Let's continue. Now, after we got all this data, it says, all right, next up, we're going to make the brochure, assemble all the details into another prompt to GPT-4o. Let's see. So here, under get all details, it's saying that the results, for the result variable is going to be landing page and go to another line, and it's going to say the result is website. So the website get contents, and there's going to be, and that's going to be added to the landing page, and then there's going to be another variable called links, or it's going to be calling on the get links functionality. This to this one right here. So it's going to be doing that call. Let me see. And so this get all details. So it's going to be going over here, and it's going to print out the links that were found, and website link URL, get content. All right, so let's go ahead and do this one. And I'm going to add another cell here because I don't want to delete what they have here. So print get all details. And we're going to say that's going to be tech coaching with Ralph.com. So now when we print all of this, it should give us the landing page, the content on the page, and the links that were found for it, okay? And it's going to return the results for us. So let's go ahead and give that a try. And it says found links that are on the page, with the dictionary for links, the type about page, all the ones that we read earlier. So, and then it's going to print out everything that was on the page, right? Which we don't necessarily want that, but it's fine. Let's go over to, it's a lot of stuff. Let me see if I can close it. All right, cool. let's see, where are we now? All right, so we are. So we're here. Right? So it's a system prompt. So what is the prompt, right? So you're an assistant that analyzes the content of several relevant pages from a company website and creates a short brochure about the company for the prospective customer, investors, and recruits. Respond in Markdown. Include details. It says include details of company culture, customers, and career/jobs if you have the information. Okay. Cool. And then there's some comments under there that we will take a look at where you can customize the prompting. All right. And shout out to Fernando Alonso for subscribing to the channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
I appreciate you.
So there goes our system prompt. Let me go ahead and enter that one in. And now it says get brochure user prompt. Inside this function for getting the brochure user prompt, we're going to pass in the company name and the URL of the company. So user prompt, you're looking at a company called, and then that's going to be the variable for a company name, and user prompt. So you're going to add to the user prompt. Here are the contents of its landing page and other relevant pages. Uses information to build a short brochure of the company in Markdown. User prompt, get all details, and passing the URL. So the get all details is this one where it's using the website's landing page and gathering all the links in order to start processing. Let's see, and then user prompt. I think it's saying limit the user prompt to 5,000 characters. If it goes higher than that, usually it doesn't. And now we're actually going to run it to get brochure user prompt. All right, so just enter that. And let's do get brochure user prompt. And we're going to say, Tech Coach Ralph. And that's going to be and enter that one. And now it has the relevant links that were found in a dictionary with all of the information for the page. Cool. All right. So that's what we wanted. So now we're going to actually be creating the brochure where it says passing the company name, passing the URL, and it's going to be passing in the system prompt that we set up earlier, right? And it's going to be using OpenAI's the model that's set for GPT-4o mini. And then, so that's for the system prompt. On the user prompt is going to be passing in this get brochure user prompt, where you're passing the company name and the website address. All right. And then it should return the results. So let's go ahead and run this, and it should do it in display the results in Markdown code. So let's do that. All right. So now we get to actually creating the brochure. We're going to go to create brochure. And we're going to call that, let's go stick with Tech Coach Ralph. And we're going to say tech coaching with Ralph.com. And if we submit that, we should be getting a response shortly. So right now it's reaching out to OpenAI. It's getting all the links that are on the page, reaching out to OpenAI to see what are the relevant links, and then it should be creating the response of the AI at some point. So we found the links. All right, what else do we got? Welcome to Tech Coach Ralph. At Tech Coach Ralph, we are dedicated to helping you propel your IT career to new heights. Whether you're just starting out, looking to make a career change, or aiming to level up your skills, our comprehensive range of technical coaching services is designed to meet your unique needs. All right, and it gives all the details of the brochure based on the important links that it found. All right. Let's see. Interesting. All right. So now let's go back to the prompting real quick for the system. Right. So under system, it says, or comment out the lines for a more humorous brochure. This displays how easy it is to incorporate tone. What we're going to do is, let's say we comment out this line, right? So it's pretty much saying use this system prompt instead of this system prompt. And we're going to instead of using a short, well, let's try the short humorous one first, right? Let's try the short humorous one first. And if we go down into this one, let's see what it has to say in a short humorous fashion. But then we're going to change the humorous one to something else after that, all right? So give it a second to come in. So basically why it's taking so long is because it's making a call to OpenAI to start getting the summary of our page and to gather all the relevant links. And then it's going to go through each of them to figure out what content to put on each page, right? So this short humorous one says, welcome to the world of Tech Coach Ralph. Propel your IT career to new heights. Join the tech barbarians because who doesn't want to conquer their tech world with a band of misfits? What did you call me? It says, just kidding. We're all well-adjusted community of tech-loving heroes. About Ralph, our chief tech enthusiast. Ralph is so new to the squad. We're still figuring out if we should hang his picture on the wall or wait until he has his first Employee of the Month badge. Let's see. All right. So then what we offer, join a supportive community. I've watched Ralph take our projects from meh to whoa faster than I can drink my coffee. Let's see. So, I mean, that's basically that, right? So I'm gonna modify the prompt just a little bit, right? So let's say instead of a humorous prompt, right? I'm gonna use the prompt that my dear friend and moderator Roxy would say. It says create a short. So I'm going to say from a company website and create. So I'm going to say create a brochure about the company for prospective customers and investors to recruit in a tone that portrays how annoying, cold, and hard that tech coach Ralph is. All right. Just, oh yeah. And how much he loves iguanas. Make sure to use a lot of lizard/iguana emojis, right? That's what my top moderator thinks of me. Okay, so let's go and send that prompt in. And the reason that I don't have to comment these out right here is because it's going to use the latest one. All right. So we have our system prompt, and we're gonna go down over here, and we're going to do that brochure again. Let's see what that one gives us. Let's see what happens. Give it a second. Well, so, oh my God, this is bad. Oh my God. All right, so let's read this. It says, Tech Coach Ralph, your one stop for technical torture, training. Welcome to Tech Coach Ralph. Are you ready to have your tech skills ground to fine powder? Or maybe you're looking to turn your career nightmares into cold, hard reality? Well, you're at the right place. Ralph is here to freeze your enthusiasm with cold, hard facts about, and maybe even some limited time warm iguana jokes. Ready to get slapped with the reality of tech coaching? Ralph is your man, or should we say your cold-blooded automation machine. Highly esteemed in the realm of technical coaching, Ralph doesn't just coach, he scrutinizes and criticizes your every move. Tell me what you really think about me, right? Expect nothing less than meticulous detail in his methods. He loves iguanas. Imagine how much he even loves iguanas. I do not. Imagine how much he loves you, right? Let's see. Company culture or lack thereof. Join the tech barbarians. It isn't just a coaching. It's a call to arms. Join the tech barbarians because mediocrity simply cannot exist here. Sign up now for exclusive access to life-altering skills and occasional.
Simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
And occasional iguana and occasional iguana anecdotes. Let's see. This is hilarious. Let us ice the competition one resume at a time. That's pretty cool. But you see how like with a slight modification in the system prompt, we can get a humorous tone. We can also get a very, very iguana themed and cold, mean tone as well, depending on what we're looking for, right? Let's wrap it up with this last part. It says, finally, a minor improvement with a small adjustment. We can change this so that the results stream back from OpenAI with the familiar typewriter animation. So the streaming is, like if you ever use ChatGPT and you ask it a question, how in real time it'll be giving you back the responses. So that's called streaming, right? So, and I think by default, the streaming might be off. But if we add stream equals true, then it should give us our response back in real time. So, so here is where that modification happened. It said stream equals true, and so it starts off responses blank and display handle, display markdown, display ID equals true, and for chunk in stream, where is it getting the stream from? For chunk and stream, response plus equals. So where is it getting this chunk from? For chunk and stream, where is it getting? Oh, okay. So here, instead of response, they're naming it stream, right? So because it's going to be streaming in, and it's saying for the response, you're going to. So response is starting off blank, and then it's saying for the response, add the chunk that is being delivered from OpenAI, and then it says response replace. Replace with the markdown code update. All right, so let's give it a try, right? Let's give it a try. So I'm not going to use Hugging Face. I'm going to do this one. Add here, and we're going to say stream brochure, and we're going to stick with Tech Coach Ralph. And let's see, Tech coaching. Right. So we're gonna do that. See the stream in real time. Let's see it come through. All right, there it goes. All right. So it's coming through in real time, just like that, which is pretty cool. Very cool to see. And it's in markdown code as well. Cool. I mean, that is about it for today. Let's do a quick read of what we're going to be getting into, and that's everything for this part. Let's do a quick read of what we're going to be getting into on Wednesday. Wait, what is no on Monday? Today is Wednesday. Where is it though? Let me see if I can find it. I don't see it. Where is it? Okay, let me see over here. Okay, week 1 exercise, right? So let me know what you thought about all of this. What we're going to be working on Monday is this week 1 exercise, where we are going to build. It might take us a couple of days, where we're going to build out this tool that takes technical questions to OpenAI and to Llama. It's going to be from my understanding, it's going to be an AI tutor, large language model tutor that we're going to be building out. So there's not much details here, but to demonstrate your familiarity with OpenAI and Llama, build a tool that takes a technical question and responds with an explanation. This is a tool that you will be able to use yourself during the course, right? So that's basically what we're going to be working on Monday and next Wednesday, all right? And then the following week, I will be traveling as well, so it's going to be, we'll figure it out. But let's see. But yeah, that's about it. That's what we're going to get into on Monday and Wednesday, building out this this tool that's going to be able to help us with technical questions and things like that. All right, but that is it for today. Let's go back to full screen, and let me know your thoughts. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, leave me a comment, and I'll make sure to address it. I'll address it live. I'll respond to you in the comment. If you're in the Discord, feel free to ask any questions there as well. All right, but a lot of explanation today going through this exercise, but we also got to see it work. But it's gonna get a lot better next week when we actually start to build this ourselves. We're gonna have to do all the imports and stuff like that, set up our environments, all of that good stuff, right? But that is basically it for today. Let me see if there's anything else in the chat. Nope, that's it. Just shout out to Fernando, who did subscribe to the channel. And shout out to Rod Brown, to Mitch, to Night J, to Roxy, all of my friends here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate you. Remember, at noon we're going to be premiering our software explorations. I'm going to be sharing what happened with NetDiscover, how NetDiscover works, and how you got to be careful, because it could drop your internet connection when you are using it, when you're scanning. And tomorrow night we're going to be going live with ethical hacking. We're going to continue learning about scanning live on air, all right? And hopefully we don't have any other issues tomorrow night, all right? But that's it for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Truly, truly appreciate every last one of you. And you guys have a great, great day out there. I'm going to be signing off. Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.
We stand afraid of shadows cast by doubt, whispered fears of what they'll talk about. Got dreams that wait in line behind our pride, but courage lives where fear is set aside. So many dreams collected dust on shelves, scared to fail, so we hide our ourselves. But life will pass and so will all those stares. Nobody's watching as much as we think they care. So step into the light, don't fear the fall. The only limits here are built by walls. Tear them down and seize what you deserve. You're stronger than the whispers you've heard. Got plans to make, but fear keeps you in place. Afraid to lose, or maybe scared to chase. But what if magic waits around the bend? Go grab it now, don't let the doubters win. We wear these masks to hide what we believe, but truth has power when worn on your sleeve. Reach for the stars, they're closer than they seem. Your path is clear, don't let them steal your dream. So step into the light, don't fear the fall. The only limits here are built by walls. Tear them down and seize what you deserve. You're stronger than the whispers you've heard. Got plans to make, but fear keeps you in place. Afraid to lose, or maybe scared to chase. But what if magic waits around the bend? Go grab it now, don't let the doubters win. We wear these masks to hide what we believe, but truth has power when worn on your sleeve. Reach for the stars, they're closer than they seem. Your path is clear, don't let them steal your dream.